It's good, man.
So we good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, cool.
Oh yeah, let me
Yeah,
share
it's
this.
pretty. I got 13 people.
Let me share this though.
26.
All right. I believe we are on.
Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. I woke up, then I logged in to that Urban X where they be flexing with that blog in. Put it down, cause my little homie called in. Had to bail him out, he in trouble with the law again. Black skin can't win in the white world. Seen a brother kill his own kid for that white girl. We ain't wanna go to school, but we had to. Every February it was scary in them classrooms. Shimmy y'all, shimmy yay. Old dirty bastards can't own dirty slaves, or they own dirty masters. Black Dot found a pot as a youngin', broke it down for his son, and now he serve it to the masses. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mass, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
Yeah.
What's good? What's good?
What's good? What's good, family?
How we sound? How we sound?
We sounding good. We sounding good. I had a little technical difficulties on my piece here.
Not on your game.
I'm not on my game, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna get that popping. 1 2 1 2.
We are here, people. Thank you again for joining us this week on the Urban X podcast.
Urban X podcast in the building. I want to get some quick shout outs and I see y'all. Early Birds, Flip the Script, welcome. Purple Hue TV, greetings, peace. Lady Soldier, I know that's right, all right. There's a war on black men, y'all. That Spotify shit with R. Kelly. We're going to get to that.
Yeah, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it today.
Peace to the Urban X Nation.
We are here.
We are here in the flesh. A lot going on. How was your week, young man?
My week was really good. Really productive.
Real productive. You've been doing some productive. I see you've been like working out.
Yeah,
stuff.
a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Got to get my mind right in the morning.
Trying to get buff a little something.
Just a little bit. You know, it's harder because I don't eat meat anymore. So.
Right. So you on the vegan thing?
Yes.
You know, if you go vegan for 6 months straight, you become gay. So be careful. Like go 5 months and just stop and then go back because 6 months you'll start watching girl movies and crying. I don't know why I'm crying on shit. You know. Nah, that's always a good thing to clean out your system.
Right.
I go off and on. And I'm about to get back on it.
As you should.
You know, but what happens is I be watching these goddamn Arby's commercials.
Yo,
man.
they make anything look good.
He be like, yo, succulent beef.
Yeah, man.
Dribbling gravy.
I don't even eat beef. I've never eaten beef in that.
And that commercial make you want to.
Yeah, I was like, I might risk it. I might
He be
just go
like,
for it.
Arby's, we have the meats. I be like, them niggas got the meats.
Yeah.
I better get over there and shit. So no, but health is wealth, as we all know, and in this day and time,
For real.
it's really if you eating hog ass and shit like that, it's no excuse for that anymore.
Yeah.
When the slave masters gave us that, grandma did what she had to do.
Yeah, it's people that still drink milk. Like,
Yeah, I know, and
I still drinking cow's milk?
yeah, cow's milk, and
real?
that's a little crazy. You know what I mean? But some of these traditions get passed on. You know, well, my mother ate liver. I'm like, that don't mean you should be eating that shit.
Yeah.
We ate chitlins and, my mother never, I give her that. She cooked neck bones and pork chops and all that shit. But she never went with the chitlins and the pig feet. She never ate none of that shit. And I think, let's clap mama up for that.
Clap that up.
Not that I'm bigging up the pork chops, but them shits was good. And I remember one time, side note, I was a 5%. I still study the lessons from time to time, but I was only 13. I had just got my lessons. My name was Divine Intelligent, Great God Allah. You know, they give you 1 to 10 in the alphabet and shit. And then it was like, yo, you can't eat pork. And I was like, okay, if that's what the rules say.
Yeah.
And, you know, I come home and my mother's in the kitchen. And it's smothered pork chops and gravy and rice. And I was like, yo, Ma, I'm God now. I don't eat pork because now I'm God. And she was like, okay, well then if you don't eat what I cook, you just go to bed hungry. And then I went in the room. I said, all right, because I'm God. And the pork chops started smelling real good. And I was thinking about how the way Mom's cooking up. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to be God tomorrow. I'm going to have to start my Godship.
I'm going to start on a fresh week.
I'm going to start on a fresh week because I'm not going to blow these pork chops and shit. You know what I mean? So, you know, welcome to the family. Welcome, Urban X Nation. We appreciate you.
Definitely. Week by week.
Week by week.
Shout out to the people watching us live. Shout out to the people, you know, when you get to listen to this on Apple Music, or Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, Castbox, Audio Boom.
We blowing up.
Yeah, we everywhere, man.
We everywhere out here. You just gotta find us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So with that being said, I want to go to some urban excellence stuff. Okay. You know, since we're trying to push this narrative of urban excellence. So today's urban excellence word of the week or message of the week is gonna be message of the week is your baby mama is always right.
Oh.
If, for the sake of the child, it will avoid a fight. Now, what I mean by that is, listen, there's always a lot of drama with a lot of young couples, and you know what I mean? They're going through situations with the children. What I've come to learn is that the children are always watching. And if you're gonna play, you already know we in the hood. Yeah. If you're gonna play checkers, the only one who's gonna suffer is the child. So you have to play chess. And that's what we mean by urban excellence. Urban hood booger shit is, fuck you, bitch, I'll curse you out in front of the kids, I don't give a fuck. You know, but that hashtag urban excellence, and you notice we spelled it without the E. This is how we gonna pump that. So for those who rocking with that, is for the sake of the child. If it's gonna avoid the fight, because the children are always watching. And a lot of times the baby mama will program the child, or the, you know what I mean? And the child will come see the daddy with anger, or vice versa. You know what I mean? The daddy got his new girl, the new girl is throwing shit in the kid head. So it's important that for the sake of the child, that you never argue or talk about the baby mother as much as you want to. When the child leaves, you can call her a whole bitch. I don't really give a shit. But for the sake of the child, because at the end of the day, the children are very intelligent. And they pick up things that even at 2 and 3 years old, they understand energy. They know something is wrong. They know mommy and daddy are fighting. They know they're going through that. So take one for the team. Talking about for the fellas out there in particular, right? That hashtag urban excellence means take one. You know, the baby mama's always right. If, you know, for the sake of the child, it's going to avoid a fight. You know what I mean? And then when the child gets older, what you'll learn is, the child will be able to see for themselves. Oh, okay, mommy was on that bullshit. Or daddy was on that bullshit. I see, you know, what's going on. So allow your presence and your integrity, your urban excellence, shine through. And I believe that in the end, the child will benefit the most.
Okay.
And then when the child gets old enough, you can go in. Let's clap that up.
Yo. I understand. I understand that, and I'm not a parent, so you know what I'm saying. But I have friends that go through it with their baby mothers, and I feel like with the advent of social media, and like the women can just flip, make any narrative they want. So it's not just between, you know, it's not between you and the baby mother anymore. It's between you and everybody
and her whole Twitter following, or whatever the case may be, and she'll air you out. And that does get a little tacky, but
like you could just tell like the difference between how people treat Mother's Day to Father's Day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Father's Day is Mother's Day for single mothers.
Absolutely,
like
absolutely, and we understand that. but for the fathers who are trying, you know, the ones who are about to flip their wig, and you know what I'm saying, because you know the mother's being difficult. You know, hang in there. It gets better. You know what I mean? And you know, a lot of times these women are scorned for whatever reason. A lot of times these dudes just got with these women on some kind of, you know, party shit, and now the child is here. And once the child is here, the child is here. You know what I mean? That means your whole narrative about life has to change, because this child is here now. And if you can and you're capable, you need to get to work on that. Okay. So that's our Urban Excellence. Yeah,
we're gonna be coming at you weekly with these.
Message of the week. Yeah. He'll have some. I'll have some. Suggest some, even in the chat room, if you feel
give us some,
a topic. This hashtag Urban Excellence, and you know, because we're trying. Even I'm gonna have to walk back on some things I said on a couple of shows ago. Because it doesn't fit into the narrative of Urban Excellence. I get a break because we just created this shit on the fly. But I want to walk back on some things because I want to make sure what comes out of my mouth at all times is I'm responsible for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure I'm saying, you know, what I mean. I'm responsible for it, and I'm not tearing somebody down or, you know, we get sidetracked. I'm still going to do me. You know what I mean? But I want to keep it in context to make sure that the narrative is proper.
All right. Well,
how
was your week though?
Oh, my week was good, man. I'm alive. You know, my daughter scored an 1100
out of 1600.
Out of 1600, that's a start, and this is the first time taking it. She's just a junior. Clap that up. Now, you remember though, she got to get a 1250 to get that bread. To get the 500, I'm gonna give her 1,000 if she maintains 90 average.
Right.
But Mama Dukes threw in an extra 500. So remember, she took the test a second time.
Yeah.
And she didn't get those scores. And the way they do it, they take you
take the highest
scores.
And combine them, yeah.
And combine them.
So she has a shot.
Yeah. Yes. That's Eli. He's our cameraman for the day because Wifey is at my daughter's out dancing and Wifey's there. You know, I can't be everywhere. We wanted to be here with you guys. So Eli is let's clap that up. Eli is working the cameras. We put everybody to work here. Everybody got a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So so she still has a chance to get that bread.
Yeah.
And she can take the test next year. So, you know. So what's good?
So this happened, I feel like this happened like after our episode last week.
Oh, okay.
Azalea Banks, she's a rapper. She went on the Breakfast Club and she kind of let the clip go.
Oh, she let it loose.
She went in on RZA, Cardi, like she let it go. Right, and it kind of started a firestorm at Cardi because everybody kind of flipped, which I called that happening months ago.
You did. You said once that happened, they start flipping on you.
I called it.
And you also mentioned how you start getting bigger than your audience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Never take your audience for granted and stuff. You went in on it.
I called it when we were interviewing Cambada.
Yes.
Yeah, we were interviewing Cambada. Shout out to Cambada and Brother Rich.
Absolutely.
We were interviewing them, and I kind of just called it because it's a pattern as old as hip hop.
Right.
Like, and we have this thing where we love them on the way up. And then once they get to that pinnacle, and I think her album was the pinnacle.
We start chopping them down.
People are pointing out things that Cardi's been doing, but now they want to dislike her for it.
Now it's an issue.
And
that also shows the contradiction and hypocrisy. And that's why you can't follow the masses. Because the masses are easy to control now. I told you, this thought stream is digitized now. So they can throw a couple of things up on a couple of timelines, and people will start riding with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then it becomes a snowball downhill, a digital snowball downhill. And those sometimes you never recover from those. You know what I mean?
Yep. So the argument with Azalea Banks and Cardi is that she's been calling Cardi a caricature of black women, of the worst aspects of black women, right? She's loud, she's ghetto, she's not very articulate. That's what Joe Budden even said this, which I think is not really fair because Iggy Azalea knows what she's very intelligent, right? Very intelligent. She knows how to put an argument together, but she's bipolar too.
At the same time,
so it's just like she wants to turn it on. She can,
Right.
You know what I mean? So and then a lot of people I've seen on Twitter, like a lot of people have been agreeing, like, yeah, she is. Hispanics only want to say they're black when it benefits them, but with that, which is true.
Yes, but she's been claiming black from the rip.
I mean, I think they got like videos of her calling black girls like roaches or something like that back in the day.
Okay, well that's like Eminem who called black women black bitches or something. He got a couple of freestyles out. We forgave him. You know what I'm saying? Or those who rock with Eminem forgave him.
Yeah.
So that's I listen. If you start pulling fives on Black Dot, I done said some crazy shit. I said some crazy shit that even I go, God damn, I said that. Ouch, that was some crazy shit. So I don't let that hold too much weight. But Iggy is definitely what's her name? Azalea Banks. She's very manipulative.
Yeah.
She knows what she's saying and how to say it, and she probably got a new album coming out as well. I'm pretty sure she has some music coming out.
Yeah, I don't know. But and then somebody else was beefing with Cardi. What was her name? Annihilate, former stripper, rapper.
Yeah.
They beefing now, and it's just like all of us. And another rapper, I think her name is Cash Doll or Cuban Cash Doll, something like that. It's just kind of like they all jumping her. They all jumping on Cardi because Cardi is the target now. She's pregnant. And she's pregnant, and that's very sensitive. That's a very sensitive time. That's wild. Like, yeah. And my thing is this: the character of the worst black woman. I mean, listen, you damn if you do, and you damn if you don't, right? Right. So the fact that she can't articulate herself should not be a strike against her. Yeah, I don't think that makes her dumb either. I don't think that makes her dumb. A lot of people who are intelligent do not have the capabilities to articulate themselves. That is a gift. You know what I mean? Yeah. And sometimes we take that for granted. I think the authenticity of who she is, by not trying to be somebody she's not. Now, if she came out and changed her name to Sekhmet Mecca Queen so-and-so of the 19th dynasty, we would kill her. Yeah. If she came out Hotep now, peace to the black nation. This is Cardi B, I'm gonna sing a black power to everybody. We would fucking murder her. Yeah. You know what I mean? But because she's being who she is, and she's saying, this is who I am, doesn't mean she can't get better. Mm-hmm. See, this is what I mean by we have to stop going in on young people, like pointing the finger, because young people, I was young. We just didn't have Instagram and all that crazy stuff around with some of the stuff we did. And we have to give young people a chance to grow. And I don't think we do that enough. We go in as elders, especially in hip hop. Oh, that shit they doing is crazy. Oh, we would never do that. No, we did some crazy shit. We smoked dust. We sniffed cocaine. We did all that shit in hip hop. So don't talk to me. I've been around damn near since the inception. You understand what I'm saying? So stop being so judgmental on young people. Yes, they're going through a tough time, but we are responsible for that as eldership as well. And being responsible doesn't mean I'm better than you, I'm smarter than you, y'all ain't shit. Being in an eldership. This is why I can do an article on mumble rap, and the young people say thank you. Like, geez, at least somebody of your era is understanding, and I don't have all the answers, but I can't get in front of a bunch of young people and go, fuck Wayne, fuck Lil Yip Yap, fuck this one, fuck Lil Shorty, and expect my audience to tune into what I'm saying. Right. I have to find the diamond in the rough. All of you out there who work with young people, you have to find that diamond within that rough and then work from there. So Cardi B is a testament of a young woman who used to strip, who lived in pissy hallways. Mother was probably on welfare, the whole 9 yards, and she caught a break. But I wanted to also talk about is, remember we talked about this last week when black people we pick and choose.
Yeah, we're very selective with our racism and bigotry. And
so it's one day it's Spanish people or Hispanic people need to embrace that they're black, right? But they do, and now she's a caricature of what the worst part is.
Absolutely.
It's a little hypocritical.
It's a little hypocritical, and she's pregnant. She's with child.
Even though somebody mentioned in the chat she was twerking with child, but whatever.
Yeah, she was twerking with child. She was. I agree. But she doesn't have the right people around her to go, sis, all the energy that you're gyrating, that sexual energy is being transferred to the child. All of that, all of these negative people around you just tugging on you because they want to make money off you is affecting your mindset. And as a result of that is affecting the child. See, the people you put around you are supposed to go, no, boo-boo.
Yeah.
You with child now.
Yeah.
Calm down. We'll make that money. Go and reflect because we want this child to hit the earth, plant a plane in a better condition than you ever was. We want the mental, physical, and spiritual composition of this child. I don't know what Quavo's sperm is like. You know what I mean?
Offset.
I'm saying,
Offset.
is it Offset? Okay, yes. Eli.
Sorry, real quick update. Offset did get in a car accident today.
Offset got in a car accident today. Was that recent?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Minor injuries. Car is wrecked, but he's fine.
Okay. That's an update from Eli on
Sorry, 'cause you were
what's his
talking
name
about
again?
Offset.
Offset, yeah.
So this is her first child. So she doesn't understand the magnitude of carrying a child.
Yeah.
What kind of music you're supposed to be listening to? What kind of food you're supposed to be eating?
And she almost had a fight with somebody.
Yeah, her shit, because that's the hood in her,
Yeah.
and that's anger and aggression, and that will affect the child. You know what I mean? So without the right people around, but I'm not gonna criticize her for that if she don't know no better.
Yeah.
You got young kids out here drinking Pepsi and fucking eating cheese doodles at 1 year old. You know what I mean? And you want to know why these children are hostile. So let's pipe it down a little bit. Our urban excellence is to be lovingly critical. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be critical of the situation, but let's not just throw rocks because she's in a tough situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least the father is there.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because she could be going through without a father, and then she's carrying anger toward the person who got her pregnant. You know what I mean? At least she's not sitting in a house with no money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Thinking about how I'm going to feed this baby. At least she doesn't have those kind of stresses. You know what I mean? So for Azalea Banks, whose music I've never heard one song
me
of
either.
Azalea Banks. Not one.
Me
And not
neither.
In passing, not like, oh shit, that was a dope. I haven't heard nothing.
But you know what's good? I only know her for her super long Instagram captions.
Right.
Or her videos going in on somebody once they reach
a certain level. Right. Then she feels it's her duty to come out. So we want to keep our eye on the ones who are always pushing that narrative.
You heard what she said about RZA? She went in on RZA.
No, what did she say about RZA?
She said he's like a fake, all he does is like read one self-help book and thinks he's like some genius. And, yeah.
She had an incident with him.
Yeah.
And was it Russell Poole?
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe?
Yeah.
And she felt RZA should have backed her on that situation.
But he said, she was wilding.
But, and that's another thing. Don't ask me, where were you? Son, you was wilding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, you on your own when you wild, unless you my peoples. Because I've jumped across a table and clocked the dude in his eye and then told my man, like, nigga, you was wrong. That shit you did, that was some wrong shit, but we in here together.
Yeah.
Let's get up out of here. That's a little something different. If you the peeps, my peeps don't ask questions. It's like, yo, what? Bang, bang, bang. And then they'll come and be like, yeah, you was wrong.
Yeah.
We'll be sitting like, yeah, D, that was wrong. You shouldn't have said that to his girl. That shit was just wrong, son. Yeah, nigga, but we survived, so. But that's back in the days when, wasn't a lot of gunplay involved and stuff like that. What else we got going on?
Joe Budden just announced he has a new show on Revolt TV called State of the Culture.
State of the Culture?
State of the Culture, yes.
Okay. State of the Culture. State of the Culture. Okay, all right.
Yeah, this comes, remember, he was on Everyday Struggle with Complex. He left because I guess they wasn't trying to pay him.
Right, the money wasn't right.
Money wasn't right, and then they tried to replace him with Star and this dude named Wayno. And I think Everyday Struggle's been canceled. I
haven't heard. I wasn't watching it anyway, but...
Yeah, after Joe left, I stopped watching. I'm subscribing and everything.
Right. And I think he knew that, and maybe Revolt was just waiting for the final nail to drop on Everyday Struggle. I think Star probably, didn't need the money. It might have just been a cash deal for him. Get that bread if they cancel. It's in my contract, nigga.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I think he asked for the out.
Oh, he asked for the out?
Yeah, he asked for the out.
Okay. Maybe it just wasn't his thing. He's sitting there debating some young kids about some shit that don't really,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you talking about academics?
Yeah.
We said that too. We said
that combination didn't really seem well. So let's clap that up for Joe.
Yeah.
State of the culture. Yeah, I see we having some technical problems here.
In the chat, can y'all tell us if y'all hear the clap?
Did y'all hear that clap?
Did y'all hear the clap?
Because I can hear it in the headphones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I know we good there. Don't worry, I'm working on some stuff as we speak. No worries, no worries. Get rid of this. Yeah, so what's the topic of the show gonna be? It's gonna be pretty much the same stuff.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think. Oh, hold on.
No, we good. Let me just hit record again on that. Yep. Let me hit the clap now. See what we get.
All right. Cool.
You can't take down the champ. You can't take.
Oh, they said they heard it. All right.
Oh, they had heard it before.
All right, we cool.
Okay. All right. So.
Oh, thank you for everybody.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what the show is about.
State of the culture sounds like
it's about to be the same thing as Everyday Struggle.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Does anybody know who his co-host?
Does he have a co-host?
I have no idea. Nobody said anything about a co-host yet.
Okay. But Revolt is on the come up, no?
Yeah, with Diddy. But like who? I've never watched a Revolt show. I'm not gonna lie. Other than the Breakfast Club on YouTube
is
on
Revolt. That's Revolt
on YouTube though. Like you know what I'm saying? Like.
Well, listen, Diddy don't usually make no soft moves.
True.
Probably,
maybe he's coming up. True.
Maybe Diddy don't come up.
So,
what else we got?
Spotify, right? So Spotify has been Spotify last week. They pulled R. Kelly's music and XXX Tentacion's music off of their playlist.
Right. We talked about that. Right.
Not their music off of their streaming service,
but just off the playlist.
Off the playlist.
Okay, which is big.
Which is big because that's a lot. That's how a lot of people pick up new music nowadays.
Exactly. Through their playlist.
Right. So, and now there's women's groups that are petitioning to get Nelly, Eminem, Steven Tyler from.
They're going in.
They're trying to get everybody that even is accused.
Who's spearheading this movement?
It was some women's.
It's a women's group.
Yeah.
And they're fed up with the misogyny in the music.
I guess. But Spotify. It's Spotify's fault. They opened themselves up for this.
Yeah, they opened themselves up by patting themselves on the back by saying, "We shut down R. Kelly.
Y'all should too.
And y'all should too." And then they're going, "Well, hold up. It's a whole list of people." And before you know it, it's only going to be 3 artists on Spotify.
Especially if you peel back the layers on like rock music.
Oh, if you start peeling back the layers on that rock music.
Come on.
And that hip hop. You know, I mean, can I say bitch hoe? Can I say that shit? Can I say bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the language of this generation.
Yeah.
Can I say I'm popping mollies? Can I say I slipped her mollies?
Yeah, so when do we draw the line on what's acceptable? Because what if I say like
because this becomes an amendment, like a First Amendment right. This taps into some deeper stuff. You better pay attention to that.
Right, like the fact that because what if people do this on like Netflix of a movie star? Like I want all their movies taken off of Netflix
because
like
this
that,
becomes a template.
Yeah,
right and they always do this. The template, if the template flies, all bets is off with everything, including YouTube. They'll shut Black Dot down. Then I will have to come on the show with a suit. Good evening, welcome to Urban X, and it is great to be here with you. And the next topic will be right after these commercials.
It's like the movie Undercover Brother where they had the fried chicken.
Exactly.
They used to bring
brainwashing you through the chicken.
Yeah.
Exactly. Absolutely.
So I don't know. Like I don't.
No, I'm going to say as far as the Spotify situation is you have to pay very close attention to this simply because, like we said, this could be the template. If you get away with this, if you let a woman's group get away because they're in their emotions about something they heard they didn't like, then, you know, who's to stop like you said, them from seeing Netflix, I don't want to see violence no more.
Yeah.
These movies are too violent, I
Yeah.
think, and then it becomes an issue that never stops. And now your First Amendment rights to speak, or speak truth and how you feel, becomes questionable.
And we have to discuss how much weight an allegation holds.
Absolutely.
Because if if somebody was not even convicted of something 10, 15, 20 years ago, and you trying now to redo it, I don't think that's
on First Take. Wasn't
Pat Patricia.
No, Molly.
Yeah, Pat Patricia was the football
Pat
coach.
Patricia, the defensive coordinator from the New England Patriots. He's the head coach for the Detroit Lions now.
Right.
And he was accused of sexual assault or sexual misconduct 20 years ago. And they were debating if he should even have a job now.
The charges were dropped.
Charges were dropped, too.
Charges were dropped.
Oh,
and now they're debating 20 years later something he did as a 20-year-old that even the charges were dropped if he should be employed today.
Right.
If we and then when you are found not guilty, I think we lost our. Okay, we're back. If you're found not guilty, social media don't care about that. You know what I mean? Social media ain't gonna come back and say, "Oh, he was found."
My fault.
They done had their field day. This is why the social media stuff is dangerous.
Yeah.
And this goes back to what we're saying: #urban excellence. We want to make sure we don't fall victim to that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it can get very dangerous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When we start doing that. So we want to guard our words. We want to have some fun, but be responsible.
And making judgments off retrospect is not fair,
It's really not, man. It's really not. Some stuff I did when I was 19 years old, when I was barely had hair on my nuts. You know what I mean?
Now I have a family now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm working. I have a family now. So now what you're saying is I shouldn't be able to provide for my family now because I got accused of something back then. That's not fair.
And yet my record for the last 20 years is clean. It's ethical. It has integrity to it. I haven't gotten any more trouble. Now it's different if it's an ongoing situation where
I'm not gonna lie. Like Chris Brown, I don't feel bad for him because I feel like after the people accepted you again from the Rihanna thing, you was on borrowed time.
You was on borrowed time. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that means you must walk the straight and narrow. Same thing with OJ. Yeah. How you gonna write a book if I did it? Come on. That means you had no respect for the system in itself.
Right.
So if Chris Brown, because now it's a friend of his being charged with rape.
And they tried to get him, but because he is who he is, your name is thrown in there. That's your fault. And people saying like, yo, they keep trying to get this kid. And sometimes I agree, like, yo, because again, they put his name in there, but you keep putting yourselves in situations.
Right. Absolutely. There comes a time when responsibility has to be the word of the day. You know what I mean? You have to become responsible. You're a multi-millionaire. You have potential to make more millions for your family. And you should act accordingly at some point. And that goes back to who you surround yourself with. What are we talking about in the chat?
They said the sound went out.
Are we back?
The angle got really big on this.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah, so I'll keep rocking. You get us, because we on live, so, you know. We trying to get this in order. I don't know if we in Mercury retrograde or something. I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? But we should be rocking. We good?
Yep, we're good.
All right, let us know out in the chat if we good.
Somebody say, I hear y'all fine. All right, we straight.
All right.
Cool. We straight.
We straight.
Rolling.
Straight. You know what I mean? So Chris Brown has to associate, and you know, if once he did that Michael Jackson piece, and he won the people back over, dude, you're supposed to be on a straight and narrow, make your good music, keep certain people around you.
So and I just want to say he hasn't been able to recover from it.
Absolutely, he hasn't been able to recover, but part of it is his fault.
Right, part of it is his fault. He's tried to make do. Like there's other girls and women who also accused him of things that he.
Oh, want to talk about Denzel?
Yeah, you mean Denzel.
Let me get what he said.
Yeah, get what he said because I found this. Denzel is usually quiet.
Yeah.
When it comes to politics, but let's hear what he said.
He said, if the Democrats had won the election, we would never have found out they were using false documents to get warrants to spy on American citizens and political opponents.
Whoa.
We would have never known this. He said, think about it. They will have a tool to use over and over again to circumvent the will of the people in future elections. I grew up a Democrat. I get it. But you've got to understand that we dodged a bullet when Clinton lost. More than a bullet, we avoided a war with Russia, and we avoided the creation of an Orwellian police state.
Orwellian, yeah.
Like George Orwell.
Orwellian police state. That's a deep statement.
Yeah.
That's almost conspiracy theory-like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For him to make that statement, and again, I'm not saying he's wrong. Mm-hmm. What was your take on his statement in itself?
I've said on this podcast a few times, I think we dodged a bullet with Clinton because she's a real politician.
And absolutely.
I feel like with Trump, we kind of see the enemy, right? Like we know he'll say something wild, like we know this is wrong. Mm-hmm. Clinton is a real politician, and she's been doing, especially with foreign affairs, she's a beast.
Oh, she's a beast on foreign affairs.
So we don't know what she could have been doing. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? And then she knows
Benghazi,
what to say. Right.
And all of that stuff that took place
she,
then. And she's a seasoned politician because her husband was in there for 8 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and she understands the ins and outs. See, what people don't understand about Trump is his naivety. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
There is a power in that.
Yeah.
Right? Because he's not following the script. And we think Trump has an agenda, and it may be all of them other politicians sitting comfortably that have the agenda against Trump.
Yeah.
Because his naivety is saying, he's like, yo, I'm a corporate man. I'm a businessman. Yeah. I know that business is fucked up here in America.
Yeah.
Let's get our business popping back here in America. I am not a Trump supporter. I don't follow any politics. I am simply just stating the naivety of things. Sometimes there's a power in that because you go into a situation without predetermined notions or agendas about what you are going to do. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, you're saying, well, how the hell can he run the country? I already told you, he's not running the country. He is the one, he's the, they got their hand up his back and shit. He's the fucking doll and shit. And somebody else is running the country. So don't get, all twisted out about that. He is the cannon fodder.
Yeah.
He's the one that you're going to channel all your anger at, but he has no power. He has no power.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he can write a few things. And they said his ass can't even read.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quiet as kept. So now that we hashtag in Kanye West because he can't read or don't read, and R. Kelly can't read and write, fuck, it may be the year of the can't read and write. I don't know. Trump is in. Shit.
Yeah.
You know?
What else?
My man Daryl Cook said America's done. America's cooked. Yeah, you could be right, King.
So.
And they all on the same team. Two wings of the same fucking bird. Facts.
So next so last week we talked about the Hotep nigga, right?
Hotep nigga.
The Hotep.
Listen, we've been winning for the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, yo.
We talk about something, and then when we go peace, we see you next week. Next thing you know, they talking about it.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I'm not saying they listening to us.
Clap that up for us.
Yeah, let's clap that up.
Clap that up for us, man.
I'm not saying they're listening to us. Maybe we just have a little foresight.
Yeah.
We called the Kanye West thing, and so forth and so on.
Yeah.
So we calling it as we see it. And now, just as on cue, we was speaking about the Hotep niggas.
Right.
And here we go.
So, I come over here like early in the week, and I hear you listen to a video.
Mm-hmm.
And just by listening to it, I was like, that's the root, because I could just tell where that was from, right? So you want to talk about the video?
Yeah, it's a dude who, let's listen to the video, okay?
Okay.
It's a brother who wanted to give the world a definition of what a Hotep nigga is. Let's listen.
What Hoteps ultimately want to do is replace white male patriarchy with black male patriarchy. Hey everyone, this is Damon from Very Smart Brothers, and you're about to hear the only Hotep explainer you will ever need to hear. If someone has some lotion nearby, please help me out because it's about to get real ashy. Hotep is an Egyptian word that means peace. It's basically like the Egyptian version of what's good. It's become a way to describe a certain level of like performative pro-blackness. These Hoteps aren't just super pro-black, they're also anti-women, anti-gay, anti-trans people, basically anti-everything that isn't a straight blackness. What separates them from genuine pro-blackness is that their pro-blackness is limiting. It doesn't include people who fit outside of the definitions of what a black person is supposed to be. A Hotep starter kit, you need like a vat of ash. You know how you could walk outside and you'll see like, 21-year-old white women carrying little dogs in their purse. Well, Hoteps carry ash like women carry dogs in purses. It's basically ash is a Hotep shih tzu. Maybe you have a beard with no mustache that seems to be like a Hotep look. You need a copy of the Willie Lynch letter. It's part of the Hotep Bible. You need an attaché just to carry all of your conspiracy theories around with you, because I can imagine that could be pretty exhausting to carry them all in your head. What makes the Hotep is what comes out of his mouth. Remember that scene in Don't Be a Menace? It was right in the beginning during the cookout.
Can you do me a favor, my brown skin angel? Can you tap that white girl for me?
He is like the embodiment of Hotep.
My milk of magnesia.
It's not a bad thing to be pro-black. I mean, we are, supposed to be black and proud. Blackness is limitless. Blackness is beautiful. Blackness is awesome. To a Hotep, blackness is static.
What's up? I'm PJ with The Root. We're dedicated to bringing you more series and videos like
That's enough of that.
Okay, and I know y'all heard that out in the chat room. He's trolling, he is, but he has a platform, and inside of his trolling, he's, again, with that gay agenda. We know that's that gay agenda shit going on, and The Root is a gay organization, is it not?
Yeah, So the original owner of Garco, which The Root is kind of like a subsidiary under, is his name is Nick Denton. He is a gay dude. He's actually married to a black dude. And the book I'm reading by Ryan Holiday is how it's called Conspiracy by Ryan Holiday. It's really good. Is how they kind of destroyed Garco, but those blog sites got bought by Univision, which is white owned, right? And when you see like the Root articles come up, there's always like a real underlying agenda of like against straight black men. I don't care what anybody says.
If you pay close attention, they're attacking straight black men.
I don't care what anybody says.
Shout out to Straight Black Pride, Keisha, my man Tad, and Irritated Genie and all that. You know what I'm saying? Clap them up.
Right.
I fucks with them.
So as we were last week when we were talking about last week we spoke about the Hotep nigga episode on Dear White People, and I said like there's a real underlying, war going on between, I guess, conscious people and black intellectual people.
Absolutely.
When they like to, like the Mark Lamont Hills, Michael Eric Dyson, there's a little rift between those two, people, those two groups. And over the weekend, there was a hashtag started. I don't know who started it, but I think it was the Root people that started it. And if it was them, it completely backfired because people were off. It was called "Thank You to Root," and people were flipping on them. I'm gonna read some of them.
Yeah, read some of them because people definitely was going in. We're in a day and time now too where people are catching the bullshit early.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? People are catching it, man. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm with that as well. Catch that.
Somebody said, hashtag thank you to Ruth for teaching me that masculinity and straight black men are more dangerous than HIV and AIDS of the LGBTQ community.
I would drop a flex bomb to that if I had one.
Somebody said, the same person said, thank you to Root for telling black men, for telling us black men are the biggest killer of black women, not heart disease, cancer, stroke, diabetes, or anything the CDC says.
Facts.
black men.
Straight black men are the big killers.
Yo, I remember on the Breakfast Club last year they
Yeah,
had.
and sorry, Def Rocker, Tariq Nasheed definitely went in. He put them on blast.
They the Breakfast Club, they had two prominent black feminists on there, and one of them literally said, men are the #1 killers of black women.
Yeah.
A few times, and nobody checked her.
Nobody checked her. Nobody see they're afraid. You know, you get in them corporate positions now, and they act afraid because that money
like,
coming
yo.
in. Absolutely, and that's why independence is important. You know what I'm saying? Being able to have your own voice and your own outlet is important because these agendas are coming out the woodworks.
Yeah. Somebody else said, thank you to Rule for providing white supremacists with all the ammo they need to justify harming and killing black boys and men.
Excellent.
Yo, they had an article, it was called How to Be Less Dangerous to White People. Like, that was actually posted.
That was by the Root.
By the Root. That was actually
How
posted.
to be less dangerous to white people.
Or they had this other one, this is this year or last year, straight black men are the white people of black people.
Wow.
If that's not agenda, like
that's
I don't know
agenda all day. But again, if they rocking with the gay machine, then their agenda becomes extremely clear.
Yeah, and so I think after because it was two waves. It was hashtag the Root articles, and I think that kind of got co-opted by people that were really going in on them. So one of the writers wrote a response about it, and one thing he said, which was I thought was interesting. He said that every oppressed group wants the chance to be the oppressor, right? And he was talking about, again, heterosexual black men or cisgendered black men. I don't know these terms.
Yeah.
But then the way that blog platform works, they bully people.
You're bullying people.
You becoming what you're
becoming what you're saying that other people are doing.
Yeah.
You are the oppressed, and now you're trying to oppress other people.
With your platform.
With your platform. So now you have chosen black men to oppress.
Right.
With your platform.
Right. And then at the end he said like, every guy at this every man that's employed by the Root is a straight black man, which is a bold-faced lie.
Dude, the dude who was giving, if you saw the video of the dude who was telling this story, I don't know.
No, but even like a few of the writers like flat out said, like, I'm a queer man, or I'm a this man, I'm a this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, yo, fam, like, what is it? What you lying for?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I thought that was interesting, and I was mad I missed it on Twitter. Like I was,
yeah.
I don't know how I missed it.
Yeah, but I remember Tariq Nasheed was definitely going in on that hard body.
And I didn't realize first of all, and one time they had an article about shea butter and if they should support shea moisture, if they should support them just because they're a black owned company when they're not even a black owned company.
Ooh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's agenda.
Yeah, agenda. Yeah.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So next, T.I.
Wasn't we speaking about T.I. last week?
I think we were.
We were speaking about T.I.
What were we?
1-800-TIP. Yep, we was talking about how he became a hashtag for the government and shit. Go listen to the show. We definitely was talking about it.
He got arrested 2 days ago.
Yeah.
For I guess disorderly conduct or
he got arrested for breaking into his own house.
No, he was trying to get into his own gated community and he didn't have his key. He went out drinking, forgot his key, tried to get back in. The security guard said he felt threatened. They called the cops. He got arrested.
Oh, and like he didn't know who T.I. was.
Right.
And so he felt threatened. You know that's the new thing going on. I'm gonna start calling the cops on white people. I'm just gonna say, yes, I saw a white man in my neighborhood. I'm feeling threatened. Please send a unit.
That might not even work.
That's true, Eli. That might.
And then also, speaking on the cops, one of the white ladies called the police.
Oh, they made a meme of her. She did the barbecue.
The barbecue.
Yeah, a couple of guys barbecuing, and it's memes all over for her.
But this was interesting. This was only interesting because like he is in a gated community, right?
Right.
You feel like you have earned certain privileges living in it because he has a really big house.
But that's hashtag still nigga.
Jay-Z rapped about it.
Jay-Z rapped about that. Hashtag still nigga. You're rich nigga, poor nigga, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
House nigga, field nigga, you still nigga. So don't ever think your neighborhood is gonna give you the privileges that you, because at the end of the day, you still a nigga.
Yeah.
And when he was in jail, he was asking the officer, like, why did you arrest me? And the officer was basically saying, listen, shut up.
Yeah.
I arrested you because you were acting, you know, and so forth. So we have to understand how that made him feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's worked hard. His political game is on the rise because, you know, he's active now. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure I don't, you know, in the spirit of urban excellence, make sure I don't throw him under the bus. He has been active, and you know what I mean? With that being said, and he shouldn't be treated like that.
Yeah.
Under any circumstances, he shouldn't be treated like that, but he shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Right? So you shouldn't be treated like that, but you definitely shouldn't be surprised.
But then that just also shows, like, the way we put our black celebrities on pedestals, they still are nothing, like, in the eyes of white America.
No, listen, they are trailer park trash white people who would rather be that
rather
than to
than
be a celebrity black person.
Right.
Even though they may cheer you on, as crazy as that may sound, they be like, well, shit, at least I'm white. You know what I mean? And I forget, it was Bill Burr, one of them comedians, said, yo, C.K. Lewis, he said, man, if I come back and they ask me what I want to be, fuck, I'm going to take this white shit again. I'll double up. Give me this white shit. This white shit is working. You know what I mean? And I understood in just what he was saying.
Yeah.
And he said, if I went into a time machine, any year I go to, they say, oh, white person, sir, we have a table right over here for you. You know what I mean? So it's interesting, but it also ties back into classism is what got him in the gated community. Right?
Yo, remember we were talking about Diddy was talking about he wanted to buy the Carolina Panthers.
Carolina Panthers, right? Right.
And people was like, yeah, they should sell it to Diddy. Diddy talking about like he's trying to get with Steph Curry to pull their money together, and they still didn't have enough money to do it. The Carolina Panthers were just sold to some investor for $2.2 billion.
$2.2 billion, the highest team ever sold. $2.2 billion. And I tell people, when I said Jay-Z, excuse me, that was the Ice Cube. When Jay-Z was at the top of the bottom, that wasn't a knock on him.
Yeah.
It's just saying, if you're going to look at it in the grand scheme of things, he has no money. So when we say shit like, oh, Jay-Z needs to do something for the black community, I'm going to get to that in a second. But if Jay-Z, Diddy, Oprah, then if they all put their money together, they don't have enough money to save the black community. So you have to get that out of your head. So all of this save us shit, that's victim consciousness as well, right? And save you from what? You know what I mean? That's another thing. Now, I'm not talking about kids who need scholarships because they're doing their work and they need a break here and there. But half the people are sitting on their ass complaining about these very same people, and then you want these people to put their money together to do what for you? Save you from what? And you ain't saving yourself. You know what I mean? LeBron has got an organization that sends all the kids in Akron to college for free. And he has a program now to even help you get your GED. Fuck, you want him to take the test for you too? Right. I mean, what more can he do in that essence? You know what I mean? So it's very clear that, you know, we have a long way to go, but there's classism, got him into the gated community because he had the money, racism to get your ass down at the precinct.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So make sure you clear, because there's classism and racism, two different issues, but make sure you clear on them, because classism, they'll take your money, but you still nigga. Hashtag. Let's clap that up.
Yeah. I don't know if you should clap at that, but
I know, I'm clapping up that.
Your point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, my jump shot was on. You know what I'm saying? I went through my legs twice. I hit the fadeaway on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trying to make that point. But yeah. Facts.
Yeah, that was just like sometimes you just that's a reality check. Like a lot, what we think is money is really no money.
It's no money. It's no money. Warren Buffett has got what, $90 billion?
Yeah, something right there.
Him and your boy Gates.
And Jeff Bezos, the dude from Amazon.
Yeah,
he almost
and the dude from Mexico, the telecom, them four dudes alone can save the goddamn universe. The rest of you niggas is just, so don't stop with this Where's my handout? Why Jay-Z ain't doing nothing? Well, Jay-Z don't fucking know you. We have this issue that just because you made it, why aren't you making it is my question. I looked out the window and watched that little kid shoot jump shots from 4 in the morning when I was smoking a joint and shit, and then he go pro and he can't come back to the hood because he got to pay a tax to me, and I didn't do shit.
Right.
Stop. I got 4 baby mamas and shit. I'm still robbing niggas in the hood, and he owes me. And that's the mentality as long as we have our handout from somebody else. Now, that doesn't mean Jay-Z on his own might not want to do some philanthropy.
Right.
And start an organization. Diddy has a school in Harlem. That's 2 different things. But the fact that you insist that these people owe you. You know how many meetings Jay-Z had to sit in? And I'm not, this ain't hashtag big up Jay-Z, but just the corporate game he had to learn, the backstabbing, all of these things to put himself in position to maybe be a billionaire, and Dr. Dre and all of these people.
And that corporate game is ruthless. I just told you about the book I'm reading.
Oh, this book you read? Oh man, I was sitting. He was just telling me about the book.
Yeah, like it's called Conspiracy by Ryan Holiday, and it's ruthless. Like it's like the way money just kind of just play money how can manipulate the law.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And it's perfectly illegal.
When your money is long, you can
like
get things done.
You can do whatever you want. It was crazy.
Absolutely.
So like and then we think about these theories as we think of conspiracy theories as far fetched. Like this stuff happens.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying? Like right now, a Norwegian newspaper is the one that kind of outed Tidal for fudging their numbers.
Yeah.
Spotify is a Norwegian. It's from Norway.
So we putting pieces together now.
You know what I'm saying?
So the ones that threw Tidal under the bus, Norwegian, Spotify, because it's a war going on.
Right.
Do not listen. When you talking billions of dollars, these people will kill your whole family with no hesitation, and you have to understand that. Like if you think I could come up with a way to run your car off water, and I got my chest poked out, and I'm going to hold a press conference, I'll get popped in my dome before I even finish,
right? Because
it's billions. So you mean these people who are making billions every year are just going to let me come through and say, I can run your car? That's what happened to Nikola Tesla.
Yo.
That's what I was about to bring out.
Yeah.
Yo.
I teach you about Nikola Tesla.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you told me about that. Yeah.
Yo, when Drake and Meek were going at it, right? A lot of people said that Jay-Z was the one kind of pulling the strings because Drake is on Apple. I mean,
right.
Like he's actually like an Apple Music like artist or whatever, and then Meek was on Tidal, so it was a lot of rumor going around that Jay-Z was actually pulling the strings, so to convince people like, yo, I need to get over here with us.
Well, that's what happened when 50 Cent and Kanye went to war. Remember, they released their albums the same day, and it was a war of the albums, 50 album against Kanye. And at the last minute, when 50 performed on BET and then Kanye came out and performed, at the last minute, Jay-Z popped out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that took the crowd crazy and tipped the scales, and Kanye beat 50, even though I thought 50 had a tough album.
I think as a hip hop album, I thought it was tough.
You know, Kanye had his fluffy flashing light shit and all that.
Yeah.
But this shit was like a hard body hip hop album.
Oh, this is like off tangent, but one of my boys tweeted like everything with all of this. Y'all mad at Kanye? Y'all mad at mumble rap? Y'all mad at the way music has gone? Would have been avoided if y'all had just listened to 50's album.
Absolutely.
If you think about it.
Absolutely. he gave you the first heads up. Somebody in the chat room said Jay-Z has no black employees at Tidal. The one, yeah, that is a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's why I preference what I said. This isn't hashtag big up Jay-Z. I'm just using him as a reference point because it could be Jay-Z, Diddy, any of these dudes who are making this money, and a lot of times we assume that they're owed. That I don't expect anybody outside of me to control me. You know what I mean? So. And that'll plug into your man J. Cole was on Spot. Was on. He did an interview with Angie Martinez.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
1.5, 10.5.
Yeah, on Power.
Yeah, on Power 105. Yeah. And it was a very, very, very good interview, and he's very insightful. And I want to backtrack on something because as we talk about hashtag urban excellence, a couple of weeks ago, I said his album was mundane, and that could be taken out of context. I wasn't saying, because I had already said he was a brilliant artist. He's a genius for what he does, yada, yada, yada. But for those who have never heard me speak, they may have taken that literally, and I didn't want that to be taken literally. I just was saying, from where I'm pulling from hip hop, that I expected more. You know what I mean? Right. So his album was brilliantly mundane. How about that? And I don't know.
We were just saying the message, like
the message, not him as an artist.
Right,
he's a
the message
dope
is mundane
artist, and I think he has his head on right. He said some things about Kanye. He said free thinking is enslaved thinking.
You have the sound?
Yeah, I have the sound, but let me preface this. If I just said that with no sound bite or nothing, I said J. Cole says free thinking is enslaved thinking, we'd all be going, what the fuck is J. Cole talking about? So this ties back into a couple of weeks ago, context. So let's listen to his message to find out if we can get some context and what he really meant.
All right, now in addition, he talks about the whole free thinking, and here's what he had to say about Kanye's free thinking.
Somebody else sees this as like, that's right, love is the answer. It's like, yeah, those are nice catchphrases, and those catchphrases are true.
Or free thinking.
Yes.
Catchphrase.
Yes, free thinking, but it's not free thinking. It's enslaved thinking. It's thinking that's a slave to your own ego. You're not free thinking when your ego is pulling the strings, but it's a nice catchphrase.
It's a good catchphrase.
That's very easy to catch on to.
Yeah.
Like, make America great again. Be sounding good, but it's like, what's the intention here? Is it for the people or is it for this one person? To me, Trump is like a similar figure. This is a dude who the only end goal is, I gotta be the man.
He's right about that, and you can't be a free thinker if you are committed to one political party, because if you're committed to a particular party, then you have their ideas and their thoughts, and you regurgitate a lot of their rhetoric. That's
so a
not
lot
free
of what people were saying after that, Kanye was, free thinking.
All right.
Yeah, so you get the gist of it. I don't know if it came across loud enough, but that was his statement. It's basically saying free thinking is enslaved thinking because now your free thinking is enslaved to your ego, and now we're getting ultra intelligent with this shit, because if that is the case, then every level, your conscious, superconscious, subconscious levels are all going to play some fact into you trying to generate a free thought. You know what I mean? So it's important. I think I'm getting what he's trying to say.
Listen, my thing with his statement is, to say free thinking is enslaved thinking because it's your ego, right? That's all perception, right? So from where he's standing, it feels like he obviously doesn't like what Kanye was talking about. So he's saying that's his ego talking, right? But Kanye can say, just like he said it, that's your ego talking.
Absolutely. You know
what I'm saying? Like, I didn't understand. I don't know. I thought that was mundane.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was mundane.
Sometimes niggas is so deep they shallow.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we have to be very clear. Free thinking is enslaved thinking. That's like saying so what's the opposite of free thinking? Tell me, what's the if the goal is not free thinking, then what's the opposite? Enslaved thinking? So what you just said was nothing.
He literally said nothing.
I had no value. I didn't go, oh shit. Like that meme with that dude be like, whoa, that was deep.
From The Wire.
Just like, whoa. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he has to, I understand he was sitting down with Angie, and it's a very good interview when you see the entire interview, but that statement just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because a free thought is not as easy to obtain as you think it is. Because if you read books and you're watching TV, all of these things are influencing our thought process. And now social media is truly influencing our thoughts.
What would have been dope if he would have just said, I hear what he's saying, I understand what he's saying, but I don't agree.
He would have been better off saying that. I don't agree with his statement.
Like, literally.
Say, because free thinking is enslaved thinking. It's like reverse of free. You know what I mean? Nigga, don't try to be super.
Yeah, like,
you know what I mean?
When you first played that, I was really sitting there like, what?
Like, what? Nigga, what?
I mean, don't get me wrong. The concept of ego is fascinating.
It is
fascinating.
It is, and I know you just recently read a couple of books.
Yeah, it's called Ego is the Enemy. It was actually on my top 10 books list on Urban X TV. Go check that out. But it was fascinating.
Got you.
Like when you think, again, when you think, when it comes to ego, right? You think overconfidence. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you need it, but sometimes it'll kind of steer you in the wrong direction.
Absolutely.
It's actually fascinating.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X. What else we got cooking?
Oh, this happened yesterday, I think. Oh,
what up, Gail? Gail Jackson's in the building.
Oh, shout out to Gail Jackson.
Yeah, what up, Joe Starks, enslaved
so
to being PC. Okay.
What's up with the lawyer?
Oxymoron, yeah. Shaheem Kamel.
What's up with
That's an oxymoron. That's like plaids and stripes and shit.
It's like,
jumbo
what?
shrimp and shit. Nigga said some jumbo shrimp shit.
Yeah.
A fat nigga named Tiny.
Yeah.
He said, because you could be a fat nigga, but if your name is Tiny, are you a fat nigga? Like, really?
Like, what?
The lawyer, I don't know if the people out, we saw a lawyer in New York City who went on an immigration rant.
Yeah.
He ordered a sandwich. His sandwich was ordered. He had already paid for it, got his sandwich, and the customer behind him and the worker started speaking in Spanish. Now, I will say this. Spanish people have a connection between them that's tight. And if you gotta, you speak that shit, it's like a bond. They will fuck you up. They'll pull out knives and cut your ass. Yeah, my wife is part Spanish. They'll fucking cut you. You know what I mean? So they have, or it's sort of like the black nod. Like if a black person is across the room and you,
yeah,
what up, man? Yeah, nigga. Yeah. She's white people. It's fucking crazy. You
Yeah,
know
when I was working at my corporate job, I would see like one black person a day,
right?
And we would just give each other the head nod, and I to this day never spoke to that person.
Never had to speak to him.
But
It
I
was
just
a
knew.
universal
Yeah,
language.
I just knew like,
yo, bro, you here?
Yeah.
Hey, you know how we do.
Yeah.
So Spanish people use their language as a way, and he must have got frustrated. But let's hear what he had to say. Shit.
Clients at your staff is speaking Spanish to customers when they should be speaking very violent. I mean, sometimes they do. Every person I listen to, he's spoken, she's speaking it. It's America. He's very ignorant.
He's very ignorant, and he shouldn't be allowed.
I will be following up, and my guess is they're not documented. So my next call is to ICE to have each one of them kicked out of my country. If they have the balls to come here and live off of my money, I pay for their welfare. I pay for their ability to be here. The least they can do is
Now welfare?
You
Such
understand?
an ignorant.
A place in Midtown Manhattan, the staff should be speaking English, not Spanish.
Because of people like you, our nation.
Honey, I'm calling ICE.
Call ICE. So that they can.
Nigga said he calling
Maybe you
ICE.
should eat that sandwich today. Take a break from the food.
Maybe you should get hit by a car, you piece of.
She said, maybe you should get hit by a car, you piece of shit.
That's like cognitive dissonance on like a high
on
level.
steroids.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? He's like, listen, you spoke Spanish and you spoke Spanish, and this shit shouldn't be happening here, okay? And I'm gonna call ICE, and they're on my welfare. They're getting welfare off me. Yo, they just clown, homie.
No, but you based in New York City, dude.
It's 200 languages spoken in New York City alone. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, like come on.
New York City is a melting pot. And
like,
for you to have the audacity to say, I don't want you speaking English
or
Spanish
yeah.
while I'm serving, customers.
It's their culture.
It's their culture.
Do. It's like when we speak hood.
There's no actual official language in America. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There's no official language.
English.
Nope.
The King's English.
And they said, but I forgot.
How thou out you?
I forgot. By some year they said like Spanish might be the predominant language.
Yes, because so many different cultures speak it. And side note, if you out there looking for a job right now, if you are bilingual, that is a plus on your application, because that means you can deal with multiple, people. You can't work in McDonald's and that shit today and can't speak in Spanish. They'll fuck your order up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You better speak a little español. Un poquito español. Okay, a little. Because if not, they'll fuck your order up.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty funny.
but it's also typical. And that same dude went on a rant 2 years ago. Another dude has him on tape.
Oh, yeah.
He was a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
And now on Yelp, he's got 1 star.
Yeah.
So the people are going in. And it's another thing. The fascinating thing about social media is they'll find your real name.
Yeah.
They found that lady who called the cops on them 2 dudes having a cookout. She was a lawyer.
She was a professor.
A professor. So they're getting your shit.
Yeah.
Be careful out there because they're getting your shit.
Yeah, y'all don't want him.
You know what I mean? And be like, no, that's Black Dot. Yeah, we saw that nigga. That nigga be on the show every week. He stole those cookies. Shit. You know what I mean?
What's up with the chat?
What's going on in the chat? We love y'all out there. Absolute. This is not America. We live in the United States. It's a corporation. Facts. Shit might be fake, but I felt good knowing he's having backlash. Okay. Motherfuckers lucky they ain't speaking German. Facts. What is this you'll say?
He was kicked out of his lease at his office. Wow.
Oh yeah, so shit done started popping. I'm anti-Puerto Rican, lots of laughs. I wasn't raised by Spanish language or culture. My wife is a fake Puerto Rican. She don't speak no Spanish.
At all.
I can't get no discounts at the bodega. I'm like, speak that shit. Get me in the credit books. Because, they Spanish, they got a credit book for their people. Like, you don't have no money, they'll write your name in the book when you get your check and shit. She don't speak none of that shit. We can't get no discounts. You know what I mean? This is some bullshit.
Somebody said J. Cole didn't give his generalized definition of what free thinking was. If you listen carefully, he addressed how he felt about Kanye's words.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Again, in context, he gave an hour-and-a-half piece, and he did readdress some of the issues regarding Kanye. But I thought he was just trying to say that's just a slogan that Kanye was throwing out there as because he said Kanye samples sound bites. So maybe he's saying this free thinking shit, that shit sounds cool, but it's a more deeper underlining tone to it. Well, then say that. Say that sounds cool, but in order to reach a level of free thought, there's a process in which you have to go through to examine this or that, or you know what I mean? So
somebody said, what's up with Bobby Hemmett?
I haven't heard about the legendary Bobby Hemmett, what his condition is. You would probably have to reach out to Panic. Panic does a show, I believe, on YouTube or something.
Yeah.
So reach out to Brother Panic. He would know more about Bobby's condition, but shout out the great Bobby Hemmett.
And also, the thing with when it comes to like saying free thought comes from ego, if you're not like a monk, like a stoic, like one of the philosophers, any thought comes any decision you make really comes from ego. Like it
has to originate from somewhere.
From somewhere.
And so your goal in your life is trying to battle your ego and to master your ego and not let your ego burn you out to the point where it resides within the driver's seat. You don't want your ego in the driver's seat, but your ego does play a part of who you are.
Somebody asked about the new Spike Lee Black Klansman movie.
Black Klansman movie. I saw the coming attraction. Yeah. I thought it looked good. Yeah, I thought it was a brilliant concept as well.
Yeah, I think that's a true story too.
Oh, okay.
I hope it's good because Spike Lee, he hasn't really.
No, he ain't hitting a minute. He ain't hitting a minute.
Has it been since Malcolm X?
Nah. No, he's hit a couple of times since then, but it's been a minute. What else we got going on in the chat?
Mumble rap is technically free thought, ain't it?
For me, and Master Chief Voice, what's good, fam? I remember we gave you a platform at LIU to get on stage and spit some rhymes. I don't know if that was the first time you was ever on stage. Me and Professor Griff had to be about 10, 11, 12, 13 years ago, if memory serves me correct. So shout out. to the God.
Did you listen to that song I sent you by YBN?
Yeah, that was
Cordae?
a great. He had a response
to J. Cole's 1985
song, and I thought he did a masterful job.
There's a crew of them, but he like that kid raps.
Yeah, he gave you a different perspective. And he said what I said. You old school dudes need to get y'all shit together.
Yeah, he's
you know
like,
what I mean?
y'all telling me to follow these old dudes, but all of my heroes are getting brought up on
charges. R. Kelly and Bill Cosby.
He's like, what you want me to do?
And this one, and I'm out here trying to hustle and find my way. So I thought his response was intelligent. His response wasn't "fuck you, nigga, I don't give a shit." He gave a verbal response off the same beat. Yeah. And yes, it was dope. Bamboozled was Spike Lee's last joint. Okay.
That, you know what's crazy? Bamboozled was a really good concept, but it's so heavy-handed. Like Spike Lee is just so heavy-handed in what he tries to convey.
Yes.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? And like sometimes I really want to like it. Like
should we focus on Kofi Abu? I'm sorry if I'm brutalizing your name. Should we focus on the messenger or the message? I always say the message. The messenger has his own trials and tribulations. Remember, we're spiritual beings having a human experience, and if you get caught into people, when they remove the chair from them, you fall too. In J. Cole's interview with Angie Martinez, he's talking about false prophets, who he spoke about Kanye and prophesied about Kanye and other things. You know, like, these are regular people, but the universe has a way of using all of us. It's some amazing things that come through some of the brothers in my hood. You know what I'm saying? Some killers, this, that, but they're vessels. We are all vessels. So take the message, and you shouldn't be moving on anything other than what you are doing. And I'm really big on that. I don't follow nobody nowhere. I don't join no organizations because I don't work well with others. You know what I'm saying? Because then I got to deal with egos and this and that. Doesn't mean I won't show up and support and give my time, energy, and money to a cause, but I am not going to be weekly in your meetings listening to that shit you talking like you are the exalted one and all of that shit. It's not going to happen. And I learned that from Bobby Hemmett. Shout out to Bobby.
Shout out. No, I didn't see Chirac by Spike Lee because the trailer looked bad. And I didn't see the Chirac. He has a series on Netflix, from She's Gotta Have It.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Did I like that?
I like the original movie She's Gotta Have It. But I don't know about the series. I didn't watch it, so in real urban excellence fashion, I don't want to speak on it because I haven't watched it. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean?
Copy.
All right, so what else we got going on? Is that it for the day?
That might be it for the day. Oh, so Eli, you got something?
No, I was continue, my boy. My bad.
So a lot of people don't know. My pops used to spit back in the day.
Yeah.
Right. And this is was it yesterday? Day before yesterday?
Day before yesterday was the 30th anniversary
of
this album I released on B-Boy Records. Let's clap that up. I almost missed the deadline. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's been 30 years, and not a lot of people can say that they got an album that they put out 30 years ago. Somebody asked me, was it a classic? No, but it was comparable to the albums of that day. Meaning, we had the hit single. Everybody had to have that. We had a song called Bronx is Back about our borough. Everybody represented their borough back then. We had a song that said, we don't need crack to get the party jumping. That was our social song, you know, about not doing crack. We had a song about our DJ call when money is on the mix, you know, because at then you always bigged up your DJ. You know, we had a love song, you know, for the ladies. So we had a bunch of songs that represented what hip hop was during that time. You see, we got the red, black, and green album cover. But no, it wasn't a classic. But I do think if KRS-One didn't say B-Boy Records, you just can't trust. Making funky music is a must. I'm number one, because now he was on Jive Records because he had got screwed. I thought the album had a chance and potential to do some things, but it came out before a lot of Legends albums. So, you know, from that standpoint, 30 years is...
It's kind of like the kickstart.
The kickstart? What are you talking about, Eli?
Eli,
we pay you to work the cameras, not give us these off-base goddamn opinions. No.
I just mean like the 80s kind of before the 80s, like
it's a jump start. It's a jump start from the 80s, and 88 was probably the best year in hip hop, and in my humble opinion. So with that being said, tonight's show. First of all, where can we be reached?
We can be reached on Instagram and Twitter at urbanx_NYC. And for the actual blog, for the written articles, urbanx.nyc. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Castbox, Spotify, Audio Boom. And yeah.
And that's
and UrbanX TV for the people that's watching.
Hold on.
Subscribe.
Real quick. I know I'm behind the camera. I'm 18. I heard Joyce from my dad's album. He bodied that.
Okay. I played a song called Joyce. It's one of the greatest story rhymes ever written, and I wrote it in 1983. And it talks about, you know, me meeting this girl and she giving me AIDS. And that's in 1983, 8 years before Magic Johnson came out with AIDS. So to show you how advanced it is, I'm going to play that next week for y'all at the end of the show. But on this show, I'm going to play the one single that Red Alert.
He thought he had AIDS.
I didn't have AIDS. I just was throwing it in the rhyme because I thought it was cool to say at that particular time.
You be wilding up here.
I be wilding up here. And
you wilding up here.
So Red Alert played this on 98.7 Kiss for 12 straight weeks, and he made me feel like a legend in my hood because back then we didn't want anything but to have our record played. It wasn't about sales. It wasn't about none of that kind of stuff. It was simply about just having your record played on the radio, and I thought that was dope. Anything in there before the chat before I get to that?
No, go ahead, play that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you. We see you next week.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing New York's newest rappers, Tall, Dark, and Handsome. Tall, Dark, and Handsome. What strength? Who are we? Tall, dark, and handsome. Fresh in the flesh by 88. Tall, Dark, and Handsome. Young ladies, you wanna swing with Tall, Dark, and Handsome. We from the boogie down Bronx, the West Side. Tall, Dark, and Handsome. So everybody, clap your hands with Tall, Dark, and Handsome. So allow me to introduce my crew. I'm KD, I'm Money Ray, and who are you, boo? We're all brand new, and there's 3 not 2, and we're gonna rock you through and through. Are you true?
First of all, I'm Boo Love, I'm quite tall. I dip with the hip when I'm playing ball, that's the all. You might fall, and I get the call. If you try to front, that's when I go AWOL. The quiet storm on the court, I won't rush it. If I go to late, get in my way, I'm gonna flush it. Who think about retaliating? You'll get caught because I roll with sport and you can kill that thought. My rapping skill is what you find unique, and I always stand tall with my hefty physique. I'm the tallest of the crew, boo, and I'm furious. And if you're still curious, here's delirious.
Who? Me, MCKD, the chocolate thunder of the whole posse. Oh, I'm kinda dark as if you didn't already know. I look chocolate, tastes like an Oreo. I'm rather slender, but not on crack. And the girls call me Dwayne, the fellas call me Black around the way. Where I stay, Ray, and MCs prefer to call me K. Hey, pretty mama, watch your behavior. I know you say you're the chocolate flavor. Why? It's I'm the darkest of my posse. We're tall, dark. Yo, what about me?
Yo, Money Ray, you're supposed to be the DJ.
Save it, okay? I got something to say, cause I'm handsome. And all your fly girls know it. I'm not shy, I won't front and I'll show it. It's a natural thing, girl, I never outgrow it. I'm Money Ray the DJ, the part-time poet. I get fame for all the fly girls I tame. I always keep money, why? Cause that's my name, don't take no shorts. Cause only fly girls can get it. And I'll admit it, girl, if you're ugly, I ain't with it.
Word.
Cause all the fly girls try to hold us for ransom.
Why, Money Ray?
Cause you're tall, dark, and handsome.
Tall, Dark, and
and handsome. Tall, dark, and handsome. Tall, dark, and handsome. Tall, dark, and handsome.
Peace.
Peace. The first ones to sample Michael Jackson in 1988. Tall, dark, and handsome. Oh, we out.